And now on 103.5 HD2 WFNC.
What's that on there? Are you live? Are you live on that right now? You're not? All right, then give me my tripod back.
Oh,
He's taking pictures here. Newstalk 640 WFNC. I was trying to help you out.
Oh.
Stefan Ferguson is in Studio One, and he's no stranger to this particular radio station because at some point in your life, you worked here.
Yes, sir.
What was that all about?
Oh, man, I tell you, it was 2001. Actually, it's been a whole quarter of a century. In 2001, I was a news reporter here, and I went by the name of Steve Blackman. So I remember working with you in a lot of capacities. Well, going to different
I remember
news pieces, and
I remember beating your shoes down as we were reporting. Greek, I got you here. Do you remember working with this guy? Did you work with him at all?
Heck yeah, man. Yeah, he was the guy that would go to the city council meetings, go to the county commissioners meeting, go to wherever, if it was a business opening, whatever was newsworthy out there. He was the one on the street with the van and the microphone and the recorder.
Was Jeff Thompson here?
Jeff Thompson was here.
Jeff was, yes.
And Wendy Riddle.
Man, that was and who was the midday guy? I can't think of his name. Terry Jordan.
Terry Jordan. Okay, I didn't meet him. I think he
I
was
tell you
gone.
what, man, you talking about WFNC was the heat. It's still the heat. We think it's the heat.
Yeah, it is.
Right now. But back in the day, this was the radio voice for Fayetteville in terms of news and gathering information. And people like you out on the street doing your thing here. But it's good to have you back in studio. You feel like you're at home here?
Absolutely. Yes, feels like home.
So you decided to run for city council, and you happened to win. Was it a surprise to you?
And I said before, because I ran in 2006 for school board, and I mentioned to Wes Cookman at that time that it felt like going into a gunfight with a butter knife.
Yeah, Wes Cookman owns WIDU, and he lost his wife not too long ago. So Sandra, and I've known all these folks. If you've been in the radio business, Greek, you know these folks too.
Oh yeah.
It's a tight knit family of folks who are competitive against each other, but you put your microphones down and your station stuff down, and you go have something to eat. And it's a kind of a unique position that we have here. But you were telling Wes that you were in a battle of some type here?
Well, it felt like I was going into a gunfight with a butter knife, and because of this, the situation, it was 14 candidates, but to fast forward, I didn't feel that way this time. I felt much more confident. I worked, especially with working with WFNC and covering city government, county government meetings and things of that nature. I had a pretty good grasp of the community, and particularly District 1, the north side. So I decided to run because the seat was open. And Kathy was running for mayor. So.
Yeah, and I tell you, that the mechanics of the last election are just unbelievable. And November's coming up, and we're going to have mechanics there that are going to be outstanding as well, and look forward to covering some folks as we get a little bit closer here. I always told you as we were out covering stories, your name was Steve Blackman, and it's not unusual for people to have a different name on air than they have in their real name. But I always said, I'm always going to be Gilbert Bays, and my name is synonymous with this city and this county.
Absolutely.
And so if I want to run for something, I don't have to worry about Steve Blackman. Your name is your name, but you were able to pull this off. Because people knew you were on the air as Steve Blackman, and then you had to go to Stefan Ferguson. And did people say, who is that?
People did say, who's that? They were not familiar with me, particularly on the north side. West side, pretty much so, but particularly on the north side. But
you sound like you're in Chicago here. You're talking about north side, east side, west side?
Right, like it's a huge city. But, but yes, so just getting out, doing a lot of canvassing, doing a lot of talking and knocking on doors and, promoting my work and what I did and what I stood for. So I did use, of course, WFNC where I went by the name Steve Blackman to kind of put that association in there. And my military background and serving right here at Fort Bragg and being being a lifetime resident of Fayetteville, that also helped me in my experience.
Sure,
in government.
and if you have a church connection, that helps as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
New Life Bible Church.
You know, the thing about it is, and Greek, I mentioned this last time, if you think about the last election cycle, the candidates who won advertised on WFNC because we have the folks who vote listening to us.
Yes.
I mean, there are people
absolutely.
who made appearances, but then they didn't advertise on WFNC. And those, you look at the numbers, those
Yep,
folks
you're
who
right.
did not advertise with our station bit the dust.
Wow.
I'm not going to mention any names, but I had all the candidates in. We did our equal time type thing with all the folks, and we'll be doing the same thing as we get a little bit closer to November, inviting candidates in to talk. But you're not here to do that. For those of you who don't know Steve Blackman, he is the official voice, as far as Coretta Scott King is concerned, of Martin Luther King Jr. And one thing I always will remember is during a press conference, we're waiting for someone to interview, and all of a sudden I hear, "I have a dream." So here goes Steve Blackman down the road. But did you ever used to do that here, Greek? When you were here, did you hear him do his stuff?
No, I think that was before that really got big, right, Stefan? I mean, you were doing that more after
Right.
you were doing the news here.
It did. It kind of started when I was here, really.
Did it really?
Yeah, I did my first public performance of Martin Luther King Jr. at the groundbreaking of the Martin Luther King Park in 2003. And
All right, well, I'm gonna put you on the spot here. You knew I would do this, only because I hear you clearing your throat. Do you have to clear your throat to get into the character?
I do. Well, I do actually. I do a series of exercises, voice exercises.
All right, well, pull that microphone just a little bit over that way because you look like Pinocchio right now. There you go. Just give me two or three little lines here.
2 or 3 lines of Dr. King. I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. And so I say to you today, my friends, and so even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. And we'll leave it right there. You said 2 or 3 lines.
Well,
right?
Greek, what do you think?
It's amazing. And I taught school for a couple of years, high school English, and in American literature. We taught a couple of works by Dr. King, Letter from the Birmingham Jail, just from the writing standpoint. But then he also played his voice like a musical instrument. And, the combination of those two things, the words and the way he did them, are amazing. And I think, Stefan, you nail it. And, that's a good thing to keep it alive. I know they're protective of that, too, the King family.
Sure, and when you have Coretta Scott King saying this is the official voice of Martin Luther King, that said something about the impact that you've had in keeping that dream alive. And that's one of the reasons, a great way to bring the cycle of why we even have you in here today, is because there's a unity banquet on August 28th at your church, and you want to tell us about it.
Yes, thank you, Gilbert. That is, so August the 28th, 1963 was the March on Washington. And this year, August 23rd is on a Friday, 28th is on a Friday, and we're going to be commemorating the March on Washington. And that day, 250,000 people from all across the nation, from different backgrounds, different walks of life, came together on the National Mall and gathered for that common cause of freedom and justice. And so I think this is absolutely an opportunity to bring the community together. Cumberland County, the city of Fayetteville, and the municipalities are proclaiming the day Unity Day on August the 28th. And so it's just going to be a time for us to reflect upon what took place and where we are today, and how we can usher in that spirit of unity.
Got a special guest that's going to be coming as well, keynote speaker. Tell us about that.
Absolutely, yes. Martin Luther King Jr.'s nephew, is going to be our keynote speaker. Mr. Isaac Newton Ferris. He is the daughter of Christine King Ferris, Dr. King's only sister, who was about 15 months older than him. He'll be coming from Atlanta. He is the past CEO of the King Center in Atlanta, and he is currently the senior fellow. So he will be our keynote speaker, and we're looking for a great message.
Tell us about your pastor and where the church is located.
Our pastor is the Reverend Dr. Alan S. McLaughlin. And the Dr. Norma T. McLaughlin. Those are our pastors, the host pastors for this. And this is going to be a New Life Bible Church. It's 1420 Hoke Loop Road. That's on the west side of Fayetteville. And it's going to be at 7 p.m. So we're looking forward to. And you can get more information by going to theunitybanquet.com.
Yeah, I see everybody has a QR code. If you go there, you can click on stuff, and it takes you exactly where you need to go.
Exactly.
What about tickets? And who's your MC?
Our MC is the Honorable Carolyn McLaurin, who used to work here as well at Cumulus. She is going to be our mistress of ceremonies.
Everybody who works here goes somewhere else and starts doing things, and it's still in the public's eye, which is a fantastic thing to see happen. What's going to be your role? Will we hear a few more lines from you at the event?
Yes. Well, the organization is an organization that I began about 10 years ago. The Dream Lives, and I will be performing a rendition of "I Have a Dream," which he delivered on the March in Washington. So we want to usher in that spirit, have some great singers, and so that's what I'll be doing.
When you study the King speech and the "I Have a Dream" speech, it didn't start out that way. I think the way he was writing it, and then all of a sudden it manifested itself that way.
It did. Actually, the gentleman who is his personal attorney and wrote part of that, Dr. Clarence B. Jones, he just passed away a couple months ago. But yes, that was the "I Have a Dream" portion was not a part of the manuscript.
A lot of people don't know that.
They don't know that. And Mahalia Jackson looked up to him and said, "Tell him about the King, the Dream King. Tell him about the dream." And if you look at the video of Dr. King doing "I Have a Dream" speech, you will notice he's reading the entire speech.
Right.
When he gets to the "I Have a Dream" part, he looks up and he never looks back down because it was already in his head. This interesting fact, though, the first mention of "I Have a Dream" recorded from Dr. King was here in North Carolina, in Rocky Mount.
Well, Stefan Ferguson, Steve Blackman, whoever you are, whoever you want to be today, it is a pleasure to have you back in Studio One here at your home, where you were a news broadcaster, and now we wish you much success and luck with your program that's going to be happening on August 28th at Unity, the Unity Banquet at New Life Bible Church.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you, Cuba Base, for having me.
All right. You're listening to News Talk 640 WFNC. We've got Fayetteville's most dependable forecast with CBS 17 meteorologist Rachel Dunsing.
Today will be mostly sunny with a high of 92 degrees. Tonight will be mostly clear with a low of 71. Saturday will be partly cloudy with a high of 93, and Sunday will be mostly cloudy with a chance for rain and storms and a high of 89. Temperatures and humidity will start to increase through the weekend, with rain arriving on Sunday, but the best chance right now for rain will be Monday. That is your Fayetteville forecast. I'm CBS 17 meteorologist Rachel Dunsing.
All right, Rachel, thank you so much. Hawaiian Shirt Friday coming to an end. Right now, 69 degrees across the board in Fayetteville, Hope Mills, and also Fort Bragg. You're listening to News Talk 640. We're WFNC.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Tired of overpriced blinds? Blindster makes custom blinds simple and affordable. You measure at home, install yourself, and save big. No retail store markups, just custom blinds guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
Visit Valley Auto World Volkswagen for special offers on multiple models. Now through August 31st, qualifying customers can finance a 2026 Atlas with 0.9% APR for 48 months or get a $3,500 customer bonus. Finance a 2026 Tiguan with 1.9% APR for 60 months if you qualify, or get a $2,500 customer bonus on select trims. For offer details, call 1-800-264-3212 or visit ValleyAutoWorldVW.com.
paid non-attorney spokesperson. Paid for by Action Matters.
Attention anyone who has had a colonoscopy, endoscopy, or any other scope procedure. If you or a loved one developed a serious infection or health complication after a scope procedure, you may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Dangerous infections have been reported across the country linked to Olympus endoscopes. Olympus scopes may have been defectively designed, and manufacturer instructions may not have been adequate in enabling proper disinfection.